think that would happen.
Is this water thing really real, or are you just making stuff up about this water?
Absolutely. We can send you some information.
Okay. I do y'all have plumbers that come out to do this?
We c- Absolutely.
Okay. Now that security system that you say that you're going to get, is that for real, or because I've been burglarized before, so I don't believe that you can plug and play that thing.
Sure. I'll definitely send you a video of how it works.
Okay. Um,
Are we stumping you now,
no, no.
Miss Carla?
So,
Oh, you
so
have more.
no, I do. So they say this battery. I don't want a backup battery.
You don't have to have one.
Is okay. So okay, that's it. That's a good one. That's it. That's it for now.
All right, everyone. So now that we've, kind of opened up everything and are, ready now, what we're gonna do is for today's role play, what we're gonna do is working on objections, right? Because, that is one of the main things that we run into is objections, right? Or what we call concerns. And the best way is always to ask for it, right? Because we don't want the silent killer, right? Because they're thinking about it anyway. Even the ones that are nice enough not to, they have concerns. So we want to, get the elephant in the room, and as you could say, and ask for the objections. Ask for it. What concerns do you have? Right? A lot of times people say, "Oh, they're loving what I'm saying, so I'm not going to bring up anything negative. I don't want to bring up the concerns." And what you're actually doing is actually not going to get the sale there because majority of the time there are concerns, there are objectives, and because you don't ask for them, ask the hard questions, then they're not sharing it. So, do you have any objections that you have been getting, and maybe we can help you work through those objections. Who
What if
wants
a
to
person
share?
what if a
Go ahead.
person says they didn't think that they were signing up for a loan, although they signed all the paperwork, and then they changed their mind at the last minute?
If they were,
They
if
signed,
they were,
if they went through the presentation,
hmm hmm
and and everything sounded good to them,
hmm
and then later on they decide, oh no, I don't want to sign up, I don't want to take out a loan.
okay, okay. Well, I mean, that's more in the closing part, right?
Hmm.
But we can address that. Uh, so, so always whenever somebody gives you an objection, what you want to do is you want to um do some fact finding, right? Like, so first and foremost, you always want to what? Agree. Like,
Hmm.
okay, I get it. I mean, a lot of people don't like loans, right? So yeah. So what what is it about the loan that you don't like? Right? What is it?
They
Right?
can't. I talk to these people and they can't guarantee me 30%. They can't guarantee me the tax credit.
Well,
Who's
you're
who's going to help me with this tax credit?
okay.
Because
So
you all
for the
told me that I was going to get a tax credit, but I talked to the bank and they told me no, that's not the case.
Oh, you talked to the what? The tax accountant, did you say?
I I talked to the underwriters of the loan, and they told me that I have to find out about the tax credit.
Yeah, so absolutely. So the tax credits are, what I would recommend you do is contact a CPA because what they're the tax experts, right? And so if you already currently working with your CPA, then your CPA can give you that type of information. right? Because they already know your tax situation, so they can give you the best assessment for your taxes. So go ahead and get with the your CPA and then get back to me. No worries,
Okay, that was good. Thank you. That was a good
right?
one.
Yeah.
I,
So
I
what?
thought that y'all were gonna help me with that.
No,
I
because
mean, no, but the bank
each
is because the bank is telling me I need to go talk to the state.
Yeah, well, the bank can, that's what the bank refers, but they're not the ones that are, that are the experts, right? When they're the experts when it comes to the loan, but they're not the expert when it comes to the taxes. And if you already have a CPA that you're currently working with, or she knows best about your situation, right? As well. But you can always call if you utilize some other tax, just any tax office, and they're going to, of course, love to help you, right? And see how they can help you with your taxes. So for me, when I go, we have solar experts, that, I'm not the solar expert. That's the reason why I set you up with a solar specialist to take care of you. Same thing you want to do with your taxes. Don't take my advice, don't take the bank, and don't take the solar specialist. Get your tax specialist to do that for you.
Okay, I just feel that
Yeah.
I can't do this by myself. I need some help with this because this is a $50,000 loan and and I just can't do this right now because I need guarantees about this tax situation.
Well, when you got your solar proposal, it's already deducted the tax off of that, right? And so once you take the proposal and go to your tax accountant, they will let you know whether or not your taxes will be based on that. And then just get back to me. No worries. I'll still be here.
Okay, thank you. That was good, Angel. That was good.
And did you just know that, just don't let anything phase you, right? Because there's
Hmm.
always a solution. If you,
Hmm.
for me, when I go into a situation, there's always a solution. So for me, my favorite thing is no worries. We'll figure it out, right? Just like an event, everything's falling apart, but no worries. We'll figure it out, right? So that's how you want to go into a conversation. Even if that person is so challenging to you, but you're keeping your posture, you're keeping your composure, we'll figure it out, homeowner. Whatever your questions are, whatever it is that you need, your concerns are, we're going to figure it out for you together, right? So once you get with your tax preparer, if you want to, you know, you can have me on that three-way. It's up to you how you want to customer service with your client, right? Because
Hmm.
I guarantee you, if you go the extra mile and say, hey, why don't we just hop on with your tax preparer and talk, see how if that if you're able to credit it. Because once you hop on with them, now you're going to know whether or not that client will get, for sure, right, will get that.
Okay. Yeah, that was that
Hmm.
was that was great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. And and people shouldn't change their mind. Maybe um, about the loan, you have to give them the value of why a loan, right? So what I like to do is I like to let them think about a home,
Hmm.
right? Are you renting? So renting, why does it make sense for a loan on a house when you could rent the house?
Hmm.
There's benefits to owning versus renting. That's why people take a loan out for the home, right? Because when you're renting, you're going to market value, and it's always going to go what? Up.
Up. Hmm.
And when you get a loan, a mortgage loan for a home, there's an end date,
Right.
and you get a fixed rate until the end date. right?
Unless they get suckered into these variables, but yes.
Exactly, exactly. If it's on a fix, right? Not a
Mm-hmm.
variable, right? But that's the reason why people prefer what? Mortgages. So same here. Why do people prefer to get a solar loan versus paying for the utility companies? Number one, the payment is supposed to be less, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then two, there is an end date. So once you pay off the solar, I recommend paying off in 10 years. Now you don't have a bill. And if you do it right, your electricity company will pay you for the extra electricity you produce that you're not using. Now you're going to get a what? There a credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's why it's important to learn the benefits, right? Of benefits of the solar. And when you know the benefits of solar, that's how you can help the homeowner because they just need to be educated. They're just being told um, by what? Everyone, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
just don't know the benefits of solar. They think about it, but most people are just out for the sale and they're not really educating the homeowners.
This was a good role play. Thank you,
You're very
Angel.
welcome. You're very welcome. Any more objections that anybody wants to throw out? Anybody else have some objections? Because we definitely want to work on objections today. Because I know you're getting some. We all do, right? So give some good objections. Let's see who we have. I'm actually on the phone, so
Okay.
so
For us, Angel, as we're calling, because we're calling Facebook leads.
okay,
And so for us, one of the ones that we're getting is I'm no longer interested. Um,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay. Because you're calling these leads, right? You're
yeah,
no
we're still
longer
calling
interested,
leads.
and they're no longer interested. Are you getting it from your own Facebook ads or somebody else's
Our
Facebook
own
ads?
Facebook ads.
So you barely put it out, right? So they're no they were interested 1 second and no longer interested now.
Right. They were interested enough to fill out an entire Facebook form with their email, with their phone number, whether they own versus rent. They gave all the information, right? And we called them 5 minutes later.
That's exactly right.
I'm not interested.
5 minutes
Yes,
later, right?
same here.
Same there. No worries. So, I joke around and like I always like to have fun with people and they end up, breaking down that barrier, right? And so, you all first of all, we always agree with them like you're like, okay, no worries, you've changed your mind, right? I get it. You changed your mind, but let me ask you a question, Dr. Arlene. Um, uh, why did you change your mind, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm trying to think back of some of the excuses that we've gotten because I called them or triggered responses, as Chris Hart would say. Um,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
to one
What
gentleman said, "Well, I'm moving, so I'm going to another home. I just bought another home, and I'm moving to another home next week, so I'm not interested in solar any longer."
okay. No,
And
I would say I completely understand. Now you're moving into the new home, so that means you're still gonna have an electricity bill,
correct.
right?
Mhm.
So that's why you would still have an electricity bill. So wouldn't you want to save on that electricity bill? The new electricity bill?
Yeah, I would, but I'm moving, and it's just a really hectic time, and I don't know what my electric bill is
Yeah,
going
no,
to
I
be.
get it. I go, well, when's a better time? You think maybe I can, come back around maybe a month, you know? while getting all situated and everything, and maybe we'll just come back around then when you're when you have more time and settled
Hmm.
in.
And actually, Angel, we booked him for the day after he moved in with
Yay!
exactly
See,
that approach that you
there you
just used.
go.
See, my girl's a pro. My girl's a pro. And so exactly that approach that you used. And matter of fact, Sarah was the one that was on. That was Sarah's call.
Awesome,
Sarah Daniel
Sarah.
alternate calls.
We never give up. Sarah and I never give up.
And she booked him, and she's followed up with him since, and they pushed it out another 2 weeks so that he
That's
could,
fine.
get
Hmm.
get acclimated again. But he sent her the address, the square footage of the house, so that we can at least we got started with Dennis to get a proposal together for him.
Awesome. Well, see, it's all on their time, and when you agree, and Sarah's great at that, right? Agreeing, and I love her tone when she's speaking to people, and so she just makes it so, like, she's just so charismatic, they're just like, "Aw," and so
I know.
I feel
The
that
three
way
of
when
them
I
are like,
talk to
boom,
her.
boom, boom, boom. And Sarah gets on there and she's as sweet as pie.
Right? They all that sugar, all that honey, and they eat it up. And that's it. Just like, no, no worries. I get it. It's not a good time. Let me call you back when it's a good time, right? Or if people are running out the door, they're very appreciative of people who say no, because I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 people who are selling something are gonna push their agenda instead. So if you actually become that 1% of people who say, no worries, on your time, not my time, they will take the time to give you more time. They will actually give you that time and sit down, right? And talk to you, right? And so just, that, you can just keep on following up with them. Not every day, but he said he's moving, so maybe a month out, right? And if you're having a lot of leads to call, you just put it on your CRM, follow up in a month or so, right? When you have a lot of leads, you're not going to call them every day because you have too many. So you put it on the CRM, so the CRM, so that they'll give you notification, hey, call Mr. John, is a month out now, right? And that's it, and just keep the leads coming in, the numbers coming in, and you won't have to worry about it. But thank you for sharing that, Doc. Do you have any more, Doc, from the social media, from the leads?
The other one we actually, interestingly enough, the other one that we're getting is that they already have solar, but they're having the issues with their system that they want us to see if we can assume the maintenance on, or B, they want to add a battery, but they don't want to add additional panels.
Mm,
So we're getting
yeah.
that. We got that as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
And what we've been able to do with that is we have a email drip campaign set up
Mhm.
so that they agree to get our newsletter and our welcome email. And in that welcome email, we give them more information, not only about solar, but we give them more information about alkaline water. We give them more information about
Awesome.
home security. And we
There you
haven't created one
go.
for we haven't created an email yet for the Smart Money Club.
There you go. Look at that. That's
And
awesome.
go high level can do that, can do an email drip campaign, and you can choose their names and put them on that campaign.
Yeah, that's a great idea because now you can say, "Hey, it was a pleasure talking to you today, even though we can't help you on your solar. You know, we love to, keep you informed about anything that we find." And these people will love you because, let's say, here's a suggestion. The things that we find in the groups and we show to each other so that we can drip, you can do a mass email when you get something like that. Oh, you know, EG is going up now, right? Oh, Centerpoint is, this is what they're doing, 2 raises a year, and you can send that to those customers so that they keep informed and keep updated, and you're giving them that value to where they're like, well, you know what? I, you know, I love my solar, but hey sis, don't go with my company. Go with Arlene, man. She's been sharing all this stuff, keeping me up to date with updates on the solar and the utility companies. I love her. You should go with her. That's how you get the referrals. Because I guarantee you, after these sales, what is it? The 90% are not what? Dripping on their former customers. They're done. They're gone. They're out of here.
I wrote that down, Miss Angel.
And now, even though you don't have a customer, and they may even buy the other stuff from you, but they're going to refer you because they love how you service them. It's about the Dr. Arlene experience, the Sarah George experience, right? Which Mr. Bean always says, because at the end of the day, they're going to remember your name because you're the one who's giving them these vital information. Like, hey, this is changing. Make sure you're doing it. Hey, you know, any recalls on batteries, whatever it is that you see in the solar world, maybe once a month, just send a quick drip, and that's just adding value to all the people there. So they'll think about you. Thanks for bringing that up, Doc. I love that. I need to make some time for that too. I told Landon, I'm coming.
It's
Soon, I hope.
well, I've got to make time for your system because now we have Landon's system pretty much running. I
Mhm. Mhm.
I have to make time for the system that you taught on, going back and listening to that one because you have a system within your groups as well that you do daily.
Oh, you mean the time blocks or the system?
Well, we do time blocks now for making calls, but you
Mhm.
also
Mhm.
time block where you go in and you go into your different groups and search for people who are looking for income or who are maybe
Yes.
yeah, you did the
Yes.
training that you did. I want to go back and
Yes.
listen to that one again because we pretty much have the one with Landon going really well. The
Yes.
automations flow, the text messages flow, people are
Yes.
responding to the text messages. We're making those phone calls on a daily basis. We've booked 7 appointments with Landon's this.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yay. 7 appointments this month or 7 appointments
7 appointments in January from
in January?
from Landon's
All
from the
right.
Facebook.
Awesome.
And of the seven, three held. So
Hey, it'll
so
get
we're
better.
continuing to fine tune that. Huh?
I say it always gets better. The numbers always get better.
Yeah, I know
But that's
that.
good. 50%. 50% is good, right?
Yeah.
50% is
Well,
is
we
really
fine
good.
tuned the video as well, because the video that we were using was the one that had to, get $8,000 from the federal government. And we
Mhm.
found that
Mhm.
we looked at the demographics of it, and we found that the we were getting an older population, one, with that one, and they were more so looking for government subsidies
Okay.
than a check from the government.
Mhm. Mhm. Of course.
So we changed the video, and we're getting a
Mhm.
different demographics now.
Graphics. Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's all about the demographics and what you're attracting. So that's really good. Yes. And then, see, you have that going automated, then you put an hour in, because literally I do 30 to 40 Facebooks in an hour a day. I mean, I've got it down to that art. It may not be like that when you begin, right? Just, transparency. But, once you get a hang of it, you could do it in an hour literally, for the social media one. And then if you do the networking one, like once or twice a week as well, that's always good to do. Like the networking events, BNIs, real estate. Do you guys have a lot of real estate events over there?
We do, but they haven't transitioned as much to in person yet. A lot of
Okay,
them are
so mostly
still
online.
online. Yeah.
Online. Okay. Yeah, but online is still the same. Online, I mean, you have access to a bunch of realtors online. That's bunch of real estate people online because you can utilize what I do, the scripts and everything that I use at the actual event, and just go on the virtual event, get their information and say, hey, same thing, love that we met. Let's set up one-on-one time to get to know each other and how we can collaborate. And then however many realtors or real estate people, that's all everyone, right? That's everyone on that call if you're on a real estate call. Maybe because like your demographics is more people like to, get, it's a further drive for everyone, so they'd rather be online than to, actually show in events, right? So so you can do online events as well. There's a lot of different online organizations that you can go into, but just um, do more like real estate and investor events. Because think of the investors. They have the commercial properties. They have they have many single family properties. So if you talk to an investor, you may get your seven in one go, right? Because they may have seven properties. And what's so great about the commercial side is there's a lot of grants, ladies and gentlemen. Don't sleep on the commercial. There's a lot of grants out there for businesses. So what I say is, hey, what if the government wants to what if you can also get a government grant? Now I can't get, I'm not saying you're going to be qualified, remember, take it away, but we can get together, get your numbers and see and see what we can do for you. Can't promise you anything, but um, there's there's a $3 million deal where now that this is not everyone, but there's a $3 million deal where they got 3 million, 3.1, and 3 million was in government grants, and so the owner just came out 100,000. Wouldn't that be great? So so those are things. I go to these investors all the time and they're looking for things. So think about it. We have they can do solar farms. There's a lot they can do with solar. That's another avenue. And guess what? They know realtors. Right? They work with realtors or they probably are realtors. So they love it. How would you like to put it on your property and get paid? Is your property. Are you flipping? Are you flipping? What if every single time you flip, you add solar? The homeowner loves it because they're coming in without having to pay for electricity your because it's part of the price, and you also get paid from our company for doing so. Is that a win-win? Your client pays for the
That's
solar.
that that's good, Angel.
Your client pays for the solar, and you get paid by our company. And guess what? Investors have investor friends. Now you can share that with your investor friends and you'll get overrides from everything that they do on their investment properties. Oh, you have builder friends? What if what if the builder develops these neighborhoods, they put the solar panels on. We do all the work. We're the full service. They don't have to worry about us. Give your clients an option. Do they want to go solar? Let us know. We'll come in there, we'll install, and you get paid. The solar goes on the price of the home. No loans, no nothing. It's all in the mortgage. Hey, and by the way, you can offer them alkaline water as well. So now the homeowner will move into the home with no
And
electricity
home
bill
security.
and home security and alkaline water. Put that in your design center and we'll do all the work. And think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You get a builder. That's overrides and overrides and overrides galore. Because they're going to give their, think about it. You go buy a home, wouldn't you be like, oh, I want that alkaline water? What? You offer alkaline? Like, I can just build my home with alkaline right now. And then I can get a solar with a Tesla battery. And so I'll have blackout protection from the get go. I have that option. I didn't know I had that option. I got a hand up. Who's got a hand? Sorry, I'm on my phone. Forgive me for today. You got to see the contraption I have right now. I'm on my phone, so I may or may not see hands up. So if you want to unmute and say something, go ahead and do so. Because I see a hand up, but I don't know whose hand.
I'm talking and I'm still on mute. I apologize. This
Oh,
lesson.
no worries. Okay, hey, Leslie.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, this is great. You made me think about I was referred to this person for solar to give them a free savings report. And when I called him, I say, so and so referred me to you. And you want to know more about the solar panels? He said, yeah. He said that not only that, he said, got all this land. He said, I want a solar farm. I said, oh my goodness. So
Oh,
anyway.
you're on mute again. I couldn't hear. I can't hear you. Leslie,
Can you hear me now?
can you hear me?
Now? Yeah,
I
I
can
can hear you.
hear. I can
Oh,
hear.
okay. Oh, maybe it's my network then. Can you
Can you-
repeat that?
Okay. I was referred to this prospect for as a solar customer.
Mm-hmm.
So when I called him and told him that so and so referred me to you and you're interested in the solar panels, he said yes. He said not only that, he said I have all this land. He said I want a solar farm. I said okay. I said that's great, awesome. But I said right now, I just want to give you a free savings analysis to show you how much money you can save. And anyway, he agreed to give me his bill, but he was driving home.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I said, when you get home, just call me. So I didn't hear from him that evening. So I called him that following day. So I said, hey, I was looking for the bill. He said, yes. He said, my business partner, she does all the financial, she pays all the bill.
Mm-hmm.
So she shredded the utility bill. So I didn't tell him he could go online to call his utility service to get the information. So anyway, that was not my radar at the time. So I said, okay, well, when may I call you back? I said, when's your next bill coming out? He said, give me 2 weeks. So I followed up with him within 2 weeks. He said, I haven't gotten it yet. I said, okay, I understand. So I said, well, Can I call you back in a couple of days? It was like going through a circle. Anyway, I called back in a couple of days and he said, I don't have it. And he said, I tell you what, he said, right now, I am busy. I got so many things on my plate that I really can't do the consultation right now. I said, great, well, I understand. So I said, when may I follow up with you? He said, 6 months. So I had to catch myself. So I said, oh, wow, 6 months.
Mhm.
So I didn't want to feel like I was pressuring him. So I just tell him, I'll stay in touch with him. So I didn't pursue it any further. So I just want to see what should I've done next. Thank you.
Well, when he says, when with the GCU program is always agree. So when he says 6 months, done. I'll call you back in 6 months. But, Mr. Homer, may I ask you a question, right? You know, you were interested in saving, right? Right? Were you interested in saving? That's the reason why we're having this conversation, right? So in 6 months, you're now going to be paying the same utility bill in 6 months time, right? Are you willing to continue to pay such a high bill? Because we can actually offset your bill by 20 to 50%. Now you're going to be paying this high energy cost that's going up, and if you know the rates in your area, that's great. For Houston, Houston has the law since January of last year. They're allowed 2 rate increases a year now. So that's from now until then, sir, you're going to see an increase in your electricity bill already. Now, I'm fine with waiting until 6 months, but I'm not sure if your pockets will be fine.
Plus, you could throw in about the tax credit might not be available then.
Great, great idea too. There's many ways to let him know that he's losing out, basically, if he waits 6 months. And so you have to, because sometimes people don't know what they don't know, right? So he's not thinking 6 months out. You wanted to talk to me because I'm helping you save. But if you're waiting for 6 months, it's your pockets, not mine, right? When you take it out, like you're not the one trying to tell him, you're trying to help him. Now they may think about it, right? Now they may change their mind, right? And for that, sometimes, I mean, to be honest, if he told me he didn't get a bill yet, I may even wait a month because when you wait a month, he's got to add a bill, right? When you say 2 weeks, he can give you that excuse of, it's not here yet. People will give you excuses. So I plan it to where they can't give me a excuse. So I will call him 2 months later. I know you have received 1 to 2 bills by now. You can't tell me that you have not received 1 to 2 bills. You would have no lights. So I know for sure what the answer will be when I ask him, because now if he tells me, then now it's an excuse. And then that's when you have a little fun. Like, okay, I get it. I get it. It's been 2 months, sir. You can tell me, you know, maybe, maybe, maybe you just don't like me. That's a fine. Is it me? Right? Did I do something wrong? And when you joke about that, right? Right? It's okay. Just tell me the truth. You don't want to do it. So sometimes you have to just let people like just tell, fine, okay, I'm not ready, or something else. But find out, ask the questions, right? After 2 months, you know he had a bill. Now it's either you just don't like me or you just don't like saving money. Which one is it? And I'm okay with the answer. So if you say I know he's not going to say I don't like saving money. He's going to say, well, right? What what concerns do you have? Why don't you want to go solar now? What's keeping you from going solar now? Because there's something that's keeping him from wanting to do it. And maybe if he says that it's the wife, you might be talking to the wrong person. The one in charge is his wife, obviously, because she shreds the bills.
He's not married.
He
He's
probably
not
doesn't have.
married.
He's probably you don't probably don't have the decision maker.
But he's not the wife. She's not. He's not married. But so I think maybe he's in the process of getting married. So maybe I don't know if he's
Either
planning.
way,
Yeah, go
either
ahead.
way, the person that shreds the bills is the
We can talk
is
about
a
it.
decision maker.
Right.
Because if you're not the decision maker and you shred the bills, you in trouble.
Right.
Like, you shred our bill? What in the world? So, maybe it's because, he wants to get the bill when he first initially spoke to you, but then the decision maker said was not on board. And
Mhm.
so I would say, hey, how about we do this? How about since your significant other is the one that shreds the bill, why don't we get her on the call too? I want her to see the savings as well. Can we get her on the call with you?
Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of times, remember, you have to make sure that you're talking to the decision maker, and the next role play, there's seven, in GCU, there's seven things that you have to look out for. And I'm gonna put it on the screen on the next one. I just don't. Mhm. I'm not in my element over here in California.
Okay.
So on the next one, I will put that
Great.
together for you all.
Thank you. Thank you,
And we're
agency.
actually going to go step by step on objections and breaking it down on how to handle the objections. So what you always want to do is agree, then we're going to isolate, then we're agree, acknowledge, and isolate, and all of that. So I'm going to break down how to handle objections on the next role play. I was planning to do that this one, but I had a surprise. Surprise, I'm in California, so it didn't work out as planned. But the next one for sure. So anybody else have anything that you want to talk about before we get off the call? Any
Yeah,
last
Angel,
minute?
I have one.
Sure.
So it was husband and wife. Um, not a lot of savings, like over $80,000 in savings over the next 25 years. Was what
Ooh,
the
okay.
proposal has.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the husband basically was dealing with me the whole time, but then he passed it off to his wife. Then she never, she'd never seen the proposal, so I just sent her like the little thing that they, put the savings on and overtime and the
Mm-hmm.
cost and all that. I sent her that, didn't hear it from her, so I let it go for a while. So today I called her, and she's like, "Oh no, I don't think we can afford it. You know that and this and that, da 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 da." And I was explaining to her. I said, "Well, it's not another bill. You're basically replacing the electric bill with your solar bill. And if you take a look at the savings report, you're saving a huge amount of money over the next 20, 25 years." So, she kept on. And then as I was talking, she just hung up on me.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, and they live down the street from me, so eventually, eventually I'm going to go by there and knock on the door. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but I want to do it when they're both home because you
Correct,
know,
correct.
me and the husband, we had a pretty good rapport for the most part, and
Mhm,
then
mhm.
he just kind of passed it
So
off to the wife
why did you ask him why he passed it off to the wife, or what was
because
his reason?
because she's the one that has the credit,
Gotcha. Okay. So
right?
she has
And
the credit.
I know they got a new, they got 3 kids in private school. They just bought a
Mhm.
brand new Escalade. They got a brand new Escalade out front. Um, I just don't think she understands. Like I said, I went over the proposal. It was me and Hans that went over the proposal, and
Yes.
he
Mhm.
seemed to really appreciate it. But then he passed it to his wife. Always respectful, very nice guy.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
what would you suggest on that? Because
Um,
I didn't call her. I didn't call her back. I wanted to, but I didn't.
yeah, because she hung up on you already. I would have called her back. Oh man,
Oh,
something
that,
happened to the line.
yeah, and
I
that's
Yeah,
know.
exactly what I do,
Darn
Angel.
electric,
Call
this
back.
darn
I
line,
mean,
this
I mean,
darn line.
I mean, the thing about it is I'm not scared, but at the same time, they live down the street, so it's just a matter of time before I knock on the door.
I dial them
Sure.
as soon as it says click, I dial them right back. And if they pick up, I say to them, oh, the call dropped. And I
Mm-hmm.
stop right there.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
And
Just
I
tell
let
them
them
the
I
call
normally do
drop.
call them. I normally do call them back, but because I know they live down the street, I was like, okay, whatever. I'll catch you another day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's what
You
happened
know,
today.
no, so now after the fact, you could be like, hey, the other day the call dropped.
Right.
So that's why I'm knocking on your door.
Yeah, because there are
The
only
call,
two things they can do after that. They can hang up again, which you know is intentional now,
yes.
Right.
or they can continue the conversation.
Or they can
True.
feel bad that they did
Mhm.
hang up and continue the
Yeah.
conversation so you don't think that they hung
Well, it
up.
Yeah.
also shows a level of immaturity.
Yeah. I really don't tolerate disrespect like that. So I was kind of like blown because like that was just not unnecessary. And
Yeah.
it just kind of I was like, well, you know what? I was in a good mood, so I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna even call you back right now. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
You know.
So the next time, just knock on the door, like you said, when they're both at home, and then just have a conversation. But for me, that's why it's always imperative. Like if he was not, I would book another solar proposal just for her. Because the thing with sending like information like that is, it's kind of overwhelming if you don't know what it's about, right?
Right.
So
Right.
when the mentor, when I'm looking at all that stuff myself, but when the mentor starts explaining the breakdown and all of the numbers and all of that, then it makes sense. But
Right.
if you just show me a proposal, it's just gonna be like, what do you want me to do with that
No, it
now?
wasn't. It wasn't the whole proposal. It was just the main
Yeah, it's
numbers.
just a yeah, it's just like, oh, here, here's the compensation plan. And we're
Right.
not going to do a business overview. So it's similar to that with the solar proposal. Like that's why they say like don't send information if you can, don't email. Let's just get on a call or some way in person or something, and so we can share this so that you understand right from beginning to end because there's the whole in GCU they call it the demo, right? So the whole demo is on purpose. There's a reasoning. You're walking a client through steps and steps. So if you're just breaking up that demo, there's no clarification for them, right? You're not leading them anything. You're just like, here's info, here's info, here's info, and that's kind of like abrupt info where they don't. It's not like a full picture, if that makes
Right.
sense to you.
Yeah.
So when they don't, if they don't, if they're confused, a confused person does nothing, right?
Right.
And so she
Right.
gets confused because she doesn't know. I mean, even though you're saying it, because you're not walking her step by step to understanding and then at the end closing, she's just she just doesn't know where it's going and leading, and so she's just confused. And so until she actually watches a proposal from beginning to end, is probably good. You may like for let's just say, if they're married, this is gonna be an underlying thing. I don't care if one person say they take care of it or the other person say take care of it. Always have them both there.
Right.
Always.
Absolutely.
That's a thumb of rule. In the case that they don't, hey, Mr. Homeowner, do you mind if we just record this so that since your wife cannot be here on the call, I would like for her to have something to take a look at.
Okay.
Because I let me ask you a question. You think you can explain this to her? And he's gonna be like, no, right? Let's go
Right.
ahead and
Right.
record it so she can see the same thing you're seeing, so you will be able to be on the same page, right?
Okay.
And I do that all the time. So I always say, do you think you can share this? Because they're like, let me go home and talk to my wife. Let me go home and share. You're gonna share this proposal,
Right.
with your wife, right? So that's why I always say, no, let's just go ahead and do a new, like, this is, I'm not the mentor, but when I do like a presentation, I'll say, let me go ahead and present to her, or let me go ahead and send you a video of what you just saw so that she can see fully the whole thing.
Right.
So you don't
So I
have,
think I'll
you
knock
don't,
on their. I think I'll knock
go
on their
ahead.
door on Saturday.
Yeah, knock on a Saturday and, and just say, hey, I apologize. There, for some reason, the phone dropped, the call dropped. Like, if you come in there and apologizing first, she's going to feel bad. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry. Right? I'm so sorry the phone dropped. And if they have some kind of conscience and she did hang up on you, then she would feel bad that you apologize, right? For something she did, right? That's building rapport with people,
Hey, Solar
right?
Vic, are you going to be able to do that Saturday? Because remember, Mr. Bean's coming to town.
Oh, that's right. No,
Oh.
not this Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday.
Or Sunday,
Yeah, next
or
Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah, or Sunday. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
after Mr. Bean goes there, he's gonna go knock on Sunday because he's gonna
I'm
be
gonna get. I'm
fired
gonna
up.
close that. I'm gonna close that deal
He's gonna be
because
so fired up.
their system is only $34,000.
Mm.
It's only
You know.
34,000. So how
Yep.
are so? But they're saying, oh, over time, over how many years they're gonna be paying saving 80,000. You're saying
25,
from this?
20,
You said
25.
25,
Yeah.
25,000.
No, they'll save over 80,000, but the system only costs 34 after all the tax incentives.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, 80,000. That's double. So
Right.
that's 50,000. But she was just confused. So
Right.
that's why she's confused because she didn't see the whole thing. So you say, my apologies. Let's go ahead and set up another time and just ask Han. It's like, hey, can we, my apologies, Han. I should have had both people on the call, but hindsight now, can we do another call for, it's my mistake. I own up to. Can I go ahead and make another one just for her, right? If she agrees with you,
Yeah.
just say sorry.
Right.
And that's it. Sometimes, well, just just ask Hans to do it because he'll do it. I mean, I would, right? If
Yeah.
so, and
Okay.
have her on. That's it. And I think once you do that, I think it'll build a little bit more rapport.
Plus,
Um,
plus, plus, you'll be able to put a face to the voice, and she'll be like, oh, okay,
mhm.
like,
Yeah, you're
I
more
could.
personable. Like that's why I like in person to meet, be honest. Dr. Arlene, that's why I do Zoom calls too. Like even the networking events, it's so you get to show more of your personality when you're talking to the people face to face at these events versus like on a phone call, right? So
Right.
they see your personality. So yeah, I would knock on if this is your neighbor, knock on the door. Say, hey neighbor.
Right. Exactly. And they got a lot of land. A lot of land.
There you go. Lots of
Yeah.
land. We love land.
But I had a win. I had a win though. I got a call from from what's his name, Liam today. I put him in contact with the multi-home builder condo,
There you
and
go. There you go.
they're gonna order 19 chargers.
Congratulations.
Yep. So that's huge.
Congratulations. That is
Oh,
huge.
yeah, that's huge, and it's gonna take a while, but hey, I don't care. As long as
That's
I get paid at
huge.
the end. Yep,
Yeah.
19 car chargers. I think
19
I think
car chargers.
that's
Okay. Well, who's at
yeah.
Maryland? Lunches on Vic.
Here we go.
We'll see you on the 8th, Vic.
Drinks on Vic. No, I'm just
There you
kidding.
Yeah,
go.
there won't be no
Beers for
problem.
everyone. Beers for everyone.
No, we're gonna step it up.
Oh,
Well, I know by convention, I like every day I see a truck with that's a roofer. Like today, I got 3 contacts today. One guy was driving
awesome.
past me. He was driving past me and said roofing. Blah. I sped up, blew my horn. I said, "Hey man, what's going on?" I said, "This your company?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "How long you been in business?" He said, "Oh, about 5 years." I said, "Hey, look, real quick, have you partnered with a solar company yet?" He was like, "No." He said, "You got a solar company?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Look, I already got your number. I'll text you. We'll talk tomorrow." He said, "All right, yeah, give me a call." Boom. So that was easy.
There you
So
go. Roofers hear about solar all the time.
Mhm.
They just don't want to deal with it because they're busy with
right,
their roofing. So, yep,
exactly, exactly.
roofers
Yeah,
are a great.
I think
Mhm.
they're better than realtors sometimes because they know they have a little more patience. You know, they know sometimes it takes a little time to get paid out. But I got a good follow up tomorrow with a high end realtor in Chevy Chase, Maryland, Bethesda. They
Wow,
are. I
congratulations.
I had and it's a collective. It's a bunch of brokers, and I learned from experience, right? I had this one high end realtor tell me, he says, my clientele would be, they wouldn't be interested in that. So I remember that, and that was in the summer, and I held on to it. I haven't called him back yet, but when I talked to the people that I talked to the other day, I actually, how you get ahead of the objective. So I said, hey, I know that you guys have a very high end tax bracket, and people that have those type of lifestyles, they're into assets, and
Vic,
it's a
I got
game. It's a
something for you. I got
Yeah,
something for you.
yeah.
Roxy and them, they just closed on a $3 million home with
Mm.
solar
Wow.
panels on it. I would get that
Wow.
photo and I said, "Hey, is this your type of clientele?"
Yeah, I need that for sure.
Right? So
For
they
sure.
just closed on the clientele, right? A $3 million home. So there you
Yep.
go. Just send it to them. Is this the type of clientele that you're looking for? Let's talk, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk.
So they want me to come in. They want me to come in and do a belly to belly with them, but I sent them the real estate audio. I mean, the video that Mr. Bean did with the realtor last week. It was the same day he did that, and I sent that video.
Awesome.
Mm.
Yep. I love that video. Yeah. That was a really
So
good one. That's a
That's
really
it
good.
was
good
really,
video.
really good. So I think that probably closed the deal for me. But I'm gonna call them tomorrow and ask me, do they want me to come in and meet me in
Oh,
person
they
or
do want to meet you in
yeah,
person.
absolutely.
It's
Yep,
business. It's got to be belly to belly, right? When it comes to
yep.
like
So that's
some
my
of
call
these,
tomorrow. I'm gonna call
some
them
of these.
tomorrow and set up the appointment.
Great. Congratulations, Vic. All
All
right.
right.
Well, everyone, I appreciate you guys for coming on this call and making this call, fantastic because of you all that come on here every week. So I appreciate you all. Hope you got a lot of value and happy. See you guys on the call, the millionaire mentorship call today in
I'm
this
gonna try to stay awake.
California mansion.
Are you you're gonna be in
Thank
that?
you.
You're gonna be in that California mansion, Miss Angel?
I hope so.
All right,
So,
guys. See y'all next week.
yeah.
See you tonight.
Angel,
See you
I'm
guys.
at the DoubleTree.
Thank you.
Yes, we need to meet.